children, you have already completed your polynomial second chapter in April and May month. Today we are going to start with our new chapter. That chapter is nothing but first chapter, number system. Yes, so number system, just the introduction part you have already done in your A standard. We will revise that part first. Yes, so the types of numbers, what you have learned in 8th till 8th standard, the first type of number is nothing but natural numbers. So natural numbers start from what? 1, 2, 3. Is it correct? 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means there are infinitely many numbers and we will denote that natural number by n. Is it correct? Now the next type of number is nothing but whole number. That means in natural number we will start it from 1, 2, 3. If you add only a number 0, it will become as what? A whole number. Yes, so the whole numbers start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and we will denote that whole number by W. So this is nothing but a group of whole numbers. Now what is the next group of numbers? The next group of number is integers. So in integers all natural numbers, whole numbers are included. Apart from that you can see here the negative numbers also. Is it correct? So -3, -2, -1 and so on with the positive numbers and 0, the whole group will become as what? Integers. So integers are nothing but what? -3, -2 means here I have written as dot dot man means here it is nothing but infinite numbers are there. Infinite negative numbers, infinite positive numbers plus 0. The whole group will become as integers and we will denote it by what? Z, capital Z. So the natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3. If you add 0, it will become as whole number, and then the next if you add the negative number in that, it will become as a integers. Yes, so till here you have already done in your 8th standard. The next concept is nothing but your rational number. Is it correct? So rational number also you have done in 8th standard. Let us revise that. So all the numbers which can be written in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers. Yes, so see here. So if I am writing a number as p by q, yes, if I write a number p by q where p and q both are integers. So for example, it can be negative, it can be positive, it can be 0, but only if what is the condition given? Q is not equal to 0. Can you see over here? So that means denominator never be 0. It is not defined. Yes, so to be a rational number, we want to write a number in the form of p by q. Yes, you can see here p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and compulsory p and q should be an integers. Yes, so let us see a few examples related to that. The rational numbers we can write it in a decimal expansion also. Yes, so here the fractions, if you divide it, you may get the decimal expansion. In that decimal expansion, what is the important point we have to remember? The decimal expansion of a rational number is either terminating or non-terminating recurring. This is a very important concept. We will learn it now. Yes, what is that? It is nothing but, you can see here, it is a either terminating, yes, or non-terminating and recurring. Is it clear? So here, so non-terminating recurring. So let us see the first one. What is the meaning of terminating? And then we will see what is the meaning of non-terminating recurring by example. Okay, so here the decimal expansion of a number. So for example, your fraction is given as 315.9 upon 13. If you divide by 13, so that means 315.9. If you divide by 13, if you go on dividing, what is the remainder you are getting over here? The remainder is 0. As your remainder is 0, that means we can call it as what? It is a terminating. Yes, when we call the given decimal expansion is a terminating, only if your remainder is 0. Yes, is it clear to all of you? Yes. Now what is the meaning of non-terminating recurring then? So let us see the example. Here, for example, your fraction is given as 1 upon 3. So that means divide the number 1 by 3. So if you divide it by 3, what we can't divide, so we'll take it as 0 decimal point. Then we will take 1 0 here, so it will become as 10. So 3 3s are 9. You will get as remainder 1. Take the next 0. 3 3s are 9. Again 1. So in this way, if you go on dividing, you will get it a number as 3 3 3 3 infinitely. So therefore 3 3, a number is repeating again and again. If the group of number or a number, if it will repeat in the same way infinitely, that means it is called as what? Recurring. And you can see you are never get the remainder as 0, therefore it is called as non-terminating recurring. And these all decimal expansions, that means non-terminating recurring numbers as well as terminating numbers, these all are nothing but rational numbers. So rational numbers are always terminating or non-terminating recurring numbers. Let us continue now again with the for our definition of rational numbers with the example. So as per the definition of rational number, we can write a number here in the form of a upon b. We can write it as p upon q or a upon b, where this a and b both are nothing but integers, and b is not equal to 0. That means denominator is not 0. Now let us see the example over here. A number 5. 5 is nothing but what? As a fraction 5 upon 1. So it is a rational number. Second one, minus 1 whole 2 upon 5. If you convert it into the improper fraction, it will become minus 7 upon 5, a rational number. If you take it as a 0.25 as a decimal expansion, so here it is nothing but 1 upon 4. 1 upon 4, it is 0.25, which is a terminating decimal expansion. It is terminating. If you divide the number 1 by 4, you will get the decimal expansion exactly at 0.25 with the remainder 0. And the last one is 0.666 recurring. Can you see the bar over here? The bar means what? Recurring. So you will get it here infinitely many times a number 6 is repeating. Therefore these are nothing but the examples of rational numbers. Is it clear to all of you? Let us see one more definition, the next one as a irrational number. This is a new concept for you. We have done the natural number, whole number, integers, rational numbers. These all the 4 types of groups in 8th standard. Now let us see the new concept in 9th standard, that is nothing but a irrational number. Now what is the definition for irrational number? A number as numbers, it is nothing but a numbers is called a irrational if it cannot be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers. This is just a definition. But how to identify whether it is an irrational number or not, or what are the examples for that? The simple examples I can explain you here. So it is nothing but all the numbers, if you write it in a root form, which are not a perfect square number. Yes, so for example, root 2, root 3, root 5. So these all are nothing but the examples of irrational number. Now why it is called as an irrational number? If you find the root of these values, it is non-terminating and non-recurring. This is also one of the definition for irrational number. What is the definition? Non-terminating, non-recurring numbers are nothing but called as irrational number. Yes, so or if you want to see some other example over here, it is nothing as per my definition, non-terminating, non-recurring means what? If I write a decimal expansion as 1.010010001, you can see over here this number with the dot dot dot. This is very important because it is an infinite number. Yes, so 0 1 0 0, here the number 0 and 1 is repeating, but with the not with the same group. Here 1 0, then 2 zeros, then 3 zeros and all, and it is infinite again because I have put it here as 0. So these type of numbers are also called as irrational number. But in the same one, if I will not put the here dot dot dot, in that case we can call it as what? It is a rational number because it can be as what? Terminating number. It will become as a terminating number. Yes, let us see the next part. That is a decimal expansion of an irrational number is non-terminating, non-recurring. A few examples of irrational numbers. As I told you before, so root 3, root 5, root 6, root 7 are irrational numbers. Why they are called as irrational number? If you find the value of this, so you will get the answers as 1 point. For example, for root 3, 1.73205081 and dot dot dot. Means what? You are getting non-terminating and non-recurring number. But see to that, whatever you will take in a root value, that should not be a perfect square number. So remaining all the numbers are nothing but called as what? Irrational number. Other than this, pi. Do you remember what is a pi? We are using in volume surface area. Pi value is nothing but we will use it as 22/7 or 3.14. So pi value is also called as universally a irrational number. So now you will think that is a 3.14. No. 22/7. If you divide the 22/7, go on dividing, you will get non-terminating, non-recurring number. Therefore, it is called as universally a irrational number. So pi is also called as irrational number. Now, the next thing we will see over here is some properties of rational and irrational numbers. Okay, so first one, all the irrational numbers and irrational numbers taken together make a collection of real number. Now the next group of number is nothing but the next group of number is nothing but a real number. So group of real number is what? All rational numbers plus all irrational numbers. The group will become as what? A real number. A real number is either rational or irrational. This is a very important word, the or. That means real number can be either rational or irrational. You will not get a single number which is rational as well as irrational. Both the groups are totally different. Now the next property here is nothing but R is a rational, and if S is a irrational, then R plus S, R minus S, R into S are always irrational numbers. So for example, if I take a rational as 1 and irrational as root 2, so what we can say? 1 plus root 2, R plus S, 1 plus root 2, 1 minus root 2, 1 into root 2. These all numbers are irrational. Don't think that one is rational, second is irrational, it can be rational. No, it will become as irrational. Only for R upon S may be rational or irrational. Why it can be? It is depend on if it can be cancelled and it may become as a rational also. So this is a very important property of rational number and irrational number. Now this is we can call it as a Venn diagram. By using that, it will be a very clear picture of all the real numbers. Now you can see over here, this is a natural number, is a part of a whole number. Whole number is a part of an integer. Integer is a part of rational numbers. Yes, so in this way they may ask you a true or false type of questions. So means what? All natural numbers are whole numbers. Is the statement is correct? Yes, all the natural numbers are whole numbers, because whatever the numbers are there in natural number group, these all are nothing but a part of whole number. Similarly, all whole numbers are integers. The statement is true. Similarly, all integers are rational numbers. So, if you want to remember the statement, which statement will be true or false, for that always remember a number from smaller group to the bigger group, the statement is always true. So for example, all natural numbers are whole numbers, all whole numbers are rational number, all integers are rational number, like this way. Smaller group to the bigger group, always the statement is true. Now see the second group of number, which is nothing but a irrational number. So that's why you can see the rational number is defined here with the blue color, and this is nothing but a green color. There is not a single number or group of number is common in between, but all rational numbers plus irrational number, the whole will become as a real number. So this is nothing but a clear picture of all the types of numbers. Let us start with the exercise sum. Here's the first one. First exercise, question number 1 is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in a form of p by q, where p and q are integers which is not equal to 0? Let us see the answer. Yes. Answer is yes, 0 is a rational number, because 0 is nothing but a part of whole number, integers, rational number. Yes. Why? It can be represented as what? P by q, because 0 upon any number is nothing but 0. Yes, don't get confused over here with the definition. 0 upon any number is nothing but a rational number, but any number upon 0, if you write it, then it is what? It is not a rational number. It cannot be a number only. So the denominator cannot be 0, but the numerator can be 0. 0 upon any number is always 0. Therefore, 0 we can call it as what? A rational number. Let us see the next one. Second question is what? Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So, always what is the solution? Always in between two rational numbers there are infinitely rational numbers. Yes, so infinite numbers are there. Therefore, here if I write it in a decimal form, so 3 can be written as 3.0, 4 can be written as 4.0. And now you can write it in between any 6 numbers. It is very simple: 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6 and so on. Similarly, you can write infinitely many numbers in between any two rational numbers. Let us go further. Now question exercise 1.1, question number 3. Find 5 rational numbers between 3 upon 5 and 4 upon 5. Now they have given as what? Two fractions, 3 upon 5 and 4 upon 5. Numerator is just 3 and 4. In that case, how to find the rational numbers between them? So this type of sums also you have done in 8th standard. Let us revise the same part. As we have to find the 5 rational numbers, we multiply the numbers by 6 by 6. Why 6 by 6? As here is a 5 rational numbers are asked, therefore we are multiplying by 6. Or in a simplest way, if you want, you can multiply by 10 also. You may get the same answer, or any number of any numbers between 3 upon 5 and 4 upon 5. Here I have done with 6 upon 6. So you can see the solution over here. If I multiply 3 upon 5 by 6 by 6, I am getting the fraction as 18 by 30. Similarly, if I multiply by 4 upon 5, I am getting the answer 4 upon 5 into 6 by 6, answer as 24 by 30. Now you can see 18 by 30 and 24 by 30. Denominator is same. So you can write any 5 numbers between 18 and 24. So 5 rational numbers are nothing but, you can see over here as 19 upon 30, 20 upon 30, 21 by 30, 22 by 30 and 23 by 30. Yes, denominator will remain same. Numbers between 18 to 24. In between that we will get the numerators over here. Thank you.